All right, hi there, Coach Vance. Today we're looking at Unit 3. We're on the second half of Unit 3 in Lesson 15, looking at velocity. Um, we're going to be looking at velocity x and velocity y. May even be looking a little bit at rotation speed. So questions consider as you watch this video. Why might you want to use velocity block instead of the counter pattern? Like this is the counter pattern. You'll want to watch this video and give an example of a counter pattern and how you could use a velocity block instead. So velocity, you'll want to do this. Drag a sprite dot velocity x block directly below where the sprite is created. Okay. Write the name of your sprite in the box. Assign the velocity x property value of 1. Okay, so you're going to drag the velocity x right below where the sprite is created. Remember, the sprite is created right there. Write the name of your sprite in the block. What's the name of it? It's fish. Rerun the code and see what happens. Okay, you'll run it. Right now, it's just frozen. See what happens. I left that blank so you guys could catch on with that. Give it a try yourself. All right, so here, I already have the feather velocity, y, but look what happens. It moves. Okay, this is instead of the counter pattern. Remember to read the do this. Can't tell you that enough. Do this. Make a sun rotate by 3 degrees. But also look at rotation speed. You've already learned how to make your sprite spin by using rotation block. For example, when you wanted your sprite to rotate by 2 degrees each time it was drawn, you put sprite.rotation equals sprite.rotation plus 2 inside the draw loop. Now you can use rotation speed. It's all about the rotation speed. Mine is a 3. Let's see what happens if we change this to 100. Sick. All right. Moving on. Make sure you read the controlling speed. Okay? Do this. Look at the if statement inside the draw loop that checks whether the spacebar has been pressed. Use the rotation speed block to make the color wheel start spinning. Okay, yours won't spin, but if you do, just do this. Use the rotation speed. You just grab the rotation speed, drop it in, and change the value. Make sure that it doesn't say sprite. Okay, we're going to start getting the more challenging concepts. Okay, so use an if statement inside the draw loop to check whether the space bar is pressed. Key down space bar. Use the velocity y to make the sprite fly up when the user presses the space bar. The sprite should keep moving up even after you let go of the space bar. There it goes. See you later, Flybot. Okay, I dragged an if statement in, key down space, Flybot velocity. Okay, you're going to start seeing less of my code as we move on here. Lesson 8, or part 8. Okay, run. What's the fish do? Goes back and forth. Look at if statements that check the sprite's position and set its velocity. Okay. With a partner, get your mom, your brother, your sister, Aunt Genevieve, whoever you have to check this out. Okay. Once you have submitted your answer, run the code. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, I just gave it to you, but look why. Why is that happening? If fish x is less than 0, set animation fish right and move it Okay, multiple controls. Look at the if statements inside the draw loop. Use a sprite velocity x inside each if statement. Look at them. Okay, follow these directions exactly. If the fish gets to the right-hand side of the screen, move the fish left. Watch. It moves, and it starts moving left. Just watch what happens. If the fish gets to the left-hand side of the screen, stop the fish. Now you need to make code that will do that. Okay? So you want to be sure to make your fish do these things by following these directions exactly. Okay? Exactly. So velocity x, velocity y, they go with the code over here. This is how we used to do it with the counter patterns, and this is how we do it now. Look at what that does. So we don't have to keep changing anything inside the draw loop. We have a little bit more code to set the scene, and then go from there. Take a look at that. Make sure you read it over. See the differences. This is what either lines of code will create. Diagonal here, vertical, horizontal, horizontal, vertical. All right, let's click continue. All right, now you want yours to do what mine does eventually. So yours is just going to jump. You're going to make the frog jump up when the user presses the arrow key. Make the frog stop moving otherwise. See that? Add the code that does the following. Checks whether the sprite frog has reached the highest point. If so, make the sprite go back down. So you need to do these. If you need help with that, let me know. Come talk to me. But this is the beginning. Make sure you find that draw loop and the if statement. They're in there. There it is. Finally, the last part of the last project part. So now you have your frog that jumps. Now use the velocity x to make the mushroom move across the screen, and then hint the mushroom should start moving at the very beginning of the game. Yours doesn't need to run across here, and you don't need to have a score, but it shouldn't change. The mushroom should start moving at the very beginning of the game and never change. So you should be inside. Should it be inside or outside the draw loop? And then finally, here's the ultimate challenge. Find the if statement that checks whether the mushroom is past the left edge. That'd be this edge. And if it does, it should pop back over here. Find the sprite X blocks the mushroom position back to the right edge if it has. So it would come over here and then automatically come back over. This is mine from another one. But then you have velocity. So don't make yours do this. Don't make it have a score or anything like that. Just do this. So that's lesson 15. Velocity, you'll be learning more in lesson 16. Take care and have a wonderful day.